run out of wood or I pass out, one of the two. Either one could happen. Today in the wood yard, I've got a pile of wood and I got a place to stack it. So we're gonna get to work right now. Here we go. So the last time I was out here was actually 2 days ago, because we've had rain all day, every day, for day after day after day now. I think this will be like the 5th or 6th day in a row we've had heavy rain. It starts out in the day kind of cloudy and damp, and then just gets more and more humid. Sun comes out a little bit, it heats up, and then we get major storms. I think in the last week we've had somewhere in the neighborhood of like 6 inches of rain. It just keeps coming. And the other day I was out here, I dumped out the wheelbarrow. This is from yesterday, this right here. And that'll probably fill up again today. So we've got all this wood right here that I started stacking before the lightning and the rain came a couple days ago. So I'm gonna start stacking right back in this corner. I should really get 2 rows here. I'm gonna be able to take all this wood and just run it this direction. And then I got more pallets underneath starting right in here somewhere. And all this wood needs to get stacked. So that's what we're gonna work on, is getting the wood off the ground. And when I came out here this morning, I found a tragedy. Yes, a tragedy. Look at this. This was stacked. This has been stacked since last year. And because the ground is so wet here, we've had so much rain that it just must have sagged enough that it tipped, and the whole pile tipped over. So what I've decided to do, not gonna do it today, but eventually, I'm gonna take this whole pile right here, because this berm is back here and I wanna be able to dig this berm out. So you can see, right there, this goes all the way back that direction. I'm gonna take this whole pile, throw it into the dump trailer. I'm gonna move it out into the open field, get it out of here. And that way this will all open up, and then I can get at this berm here and I can dig this out and open it up for nice, better stacking area. So that's what's gonna happen. So it's time to get busy. There it is. 2 more rows stacked. That is 2 more 8 foot long, 4 feet high, so face cord or 2/3 of a cord I just stacked. And now this is 5 rows wide, which is as wide as I ever care to go for width-wise on piles, because you know I want the sun and the wind to hit it as much as possible so that it can breathe and it can dry. But this wood has already been cut, split, and laying here in a pile now for 5 months, something like that. 4 or 5 months, 4 months, quite a while. And it was partially dry when I cut it, so it'll dry pretty fast now that I'm getting it off the ground and it can get some air. And this wood won't be sold for this winter. It'll be sold next summer at the soonest, so it's got a whole nother year to dry. And then this winter, before the snow comes, I'll cover this up with tarps to keep the snow off, to keep the snow from running down inside and having it just be a big old wood sickle. But man, the sun came out, it got hot. Like my good friend Billy Joe Jim Bob from down south says, she's hot today, folks. She's fixing to get toasty. We're gonna start right here in this corner again now, and we're gonna go probably just 2 wide, because this is a narrow pallet here. We're gonna go 2 wide and then run it this direction, but I'll have this space right here that I'm gonna leave, so it'll have a little alley there so wind can flow through. But yeah, got sweat in the eyes, sweat running down my back into my nether regions. We're gonna get stacking again. more rows stacked, and they're both 4 feet by 8 feet. So yeah, I left the space right here, and you can see I put these pieces across, cross pieces, because these are a little wobbly. They're much more solid now. So what I do is I just go down a couple layers, and I ran them all the way through here also to the other side, and so they actually stick out over here. So by putting a little bit of weight on them and running them across like that, it makes them really solid, and now they don't wiggle at all. And they were a little wobbly before, so it's basically braced each pile together and then across to the other side, and then this little bit sticking out here is just going to stick out because I didn't feel like cutting it down. So now we're going to start another stack right here where I'm standing, and I don't know what's going to happen because the wood is getting closer to me now, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to just keep going 1/3 of a cord rows or face cords like this. I might have to go high to get the rest of this done. I think that's what I'm going to do. This pile right here that I do, this next row, I think I might go like 5.5, 6 feet high, and I'll have a 1/2 cord per row is probably what I'll do. And so yeah, I'm gonna get busy because it's getting windier and windier and darker, so storms are coming. She's a tall one. That's about as high as I want to go. I want to kind of show you here what I'm going to do. I put another brace piece across here, so I'll tie that in, but I don't know, you can see me standing here how high this is. It's about as high as I can reach now, which is high enough because I'm going to try to hold the camera steady so you can see the pile. See the wobble? So yeah, I gotta brace it on the other side over here. But the problem is I'm so close to this pile, I've got nowhere to go. So what I'm gonna do is I've got another pallet right here. I'm gonna start right in this corner and then work my way that direction and try to clear a bunch of that out as I bring the wood this way. So that's what's gonna happen. So really hot, really humid, but I feel good, so I'm gonna keep going. And it's not raining yet, no lightning. But when it comes, I will run like a small, scared child to safety. I'm gonna get stacking again. Well, once again, I run out of room. So I've got all this wood here yet, you can see out front, and I can't really go much farther there because my slope's getting too high, and this slope's pretty high. I'm right into this stuff here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out to the front here, and I'm going to clean out all the debris right through here. I'm going to make a single row starting like right here where this first pile is. Put it up right against this and then run it straight this way, so I end up with a space back here. So I end up with a space here and here, so I'll just run right over to here. So I'm just going to do one long row and get rid of a lot of this stuff through here, so I got room to go that way then. So it's the problem with when you would lay pallets down like I had here from an old pile and I just dumped wood right on top of it. You don't know how much to dump where, or where your pallets are going to be exactly as far as how to stack it, so it kind of screws you really. That's why it's nice to just have it right on the ground in a pile where you cut it, split it, and then just bump a pallet right up to it and start on the outside edge and then work your way into a pile. Because like this, you're digging for your pallets so that you can stack, so it's not efficient. Not a good way to do it, so I won't be doing this again, that's for sure. Next time I empty this, I'm going to clean it all out and start fresh. and it's just kind of a mess. So gotta get to stacking again. So we're gonna start right up front here. So once again, the rain started. It just was sprinkling a little bit, but it let up, and I just looked at the radar and it looks like I'm gonna be good for maybe an hour, and then the heavy stuff's gonna hit. So I'm just gonna work until I get wet, because they didn't show any dangerous lightning or anything, and I don't hear any booming yet. So I'm gonna keep working while I can. So I'm gonna get this front area right here cleaned up, and I'm going to put some stringers down right through here so I can get all this stuff in here kind of stacked. And I found a couple big chunks in here when I was digging in here, so I got to split a couple of these big puffy boys down here. Here's my broken tape measure I've been using to make sure I measure the piles right. We'll get rid of that. And yeah, this is fun to walk on this stuff. Good thing I'm quick as a cat and I have the agility of a mountain goat. Actually more like a ibex. That's what I want to have the agility of, because then I can run up and down sheer cliffs. So there, smaller, that's better. Okay, so now I got to get all this crapola cleaned out of here so I can put some runners down here. So that's what's going to happen next. I got the shovel and the rake, so I can just pull this away. I'm not going to haul anything away. I just want to get the chunks out of here, rake out the debris, put the runners down, and then I'll be able to get all this extra stuff here out of the way so that I can make some progress. So here we go. I'm gonna speed things up again right now. Alrighty then, there's another 30 cord or face cord, whatever you prefer. And I still didn't eat much into this pile to where I can get to where I can work at this. So what I'm going to do, oh, and by the way, I put a tie piece going across there. This is going to be a regular jigsaw puzzle by the time I get done, but it's all locking together nice and tight by having these brace pieces going underneath, and I shove them in there really nice and hard so that they're making good contact, and I stack wood. And then what I also do is on the end here, I shove some little pieces in on the sides, kind of like wedges, so it tightens it up, fills up the void there. And I do the same thing on that end. I shove pieces in so that it's nice and tight. And then, so what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to start another row right on top of this pallet right here, because there's enough sticking out on this one. And I'm going to go this direction. And I'll do a section right here of about 4 feet. Then I'll do another one right here of about 4 feet and go up. Then I'll have another face cord right here. So it'll be a 2 feet wide, 4 feet long little chunk right here is what I'm going to do. And hopefully I can get a bunch of this stuff right in this area right here. So I'm going to put down another little runner here, and we're going to do another double row right there. So I just heard some booming going on, so it's getting close. Roasting. I am roasting. Well, I got this little section right here done, so there's a face cord right here in this double roll 4x4. And I just counted, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 face cords, so that's 3 full cords stacked. And it's still not raining. It's kind of booming to the north of us, and I looked at the radar and it's kind of going around us to the north and to the south, so I might be able to keep going. So I'm gonna stack until either run out of wood or I pass out, one of the two. Either one could happen. So you should stick around. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on finishing this row right here. I'm going to go real high and wide, so this should get a lot of it, and then over there I should be able to finish it off. So I'm getting close. I got I don't know, if I had to guess, there's probably 2 full cords left. That's my guess. I might be able to finish it. Here we go again. piles are done. Whew. All I got left to do now is clean up all this debris, pick out all the kindling, take out all the chunks. I've been throwing chunks out over this way as I've been going. So those are gonna go in the cookie bin. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just start raking stuff this direction, get it kind of piled up, get the chunks taken out and the kindling taken out. See if I can get this cleaned up here. Whew, that's a lot of stacking. Okay, so here's the count. I'm gonna count and see what I got here. So I'm gonna count the whole thing, not just what I just stacked. So that's a full cord. So I'm gonna count how many face cords and then figure how many full cords. So I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's 15 face cords plus whatever this is here. And I would guess it's probably another 2. So 17-ish, somewhere in there, maybe 18. So if it's 18, which I don't think it is, I think it's a little short of that. 18 would be 6, yeah, it'd be 6 full cords. And this is oak, so I will solve this for 110 a face cord, maybe 120 for a third of a cord. And if I got 18 of them, that would give me 18, about $2,000 worth of wood right here. And I cut this in about 3 days of work, of cutting and hauling. Then it took me a full day to split it, so that's 4 days. And it took me just now today and part of the other day, so that's about a full day of stacking. So I got about 5 days into it. So 40-ish hours. Even say there's some, oh, I got cleanup to do yet. It's another hour at least of cleanup. So maybe 2. So even if you said 45 hours total, if you divide the 45, just round it to 50, just to say, it'd be easy for me to figure that way. So say 50 hours total, because I got to deliver it too. So that's, yeah, that'd be about 50 hours total, because this is probably a full day of delivering. So yeah, about 50 hours, that'd be just about right. And so if you divide the 50 into the 2,000, that comes up to, I think, right around $40 an hour. Does that sound right? Tell me if I'm wrong. I think that's right. Yeah, because 50 goes into 200 4 times. Another 0. So that is how much I'm making for cutting, hauling, splitting, stacking, loading, dumping. So, and there's a lot of work, but feels good to have it done. Now I'm gonna do some cleanup. Here we go. So there it is. That project is complete. Everything's cleaned up. I used the old wheelbarrow to get the chunks because I only had to go 2 loads in just a little ways. But I got the big red wheel, or orange wheelbarrow out, I should say. I really didn't want to because the ground is so soft and so muddy. I was just sinking in everywhere because we've had so much rain the past week. But I got it done. Everything is cleaned up and ready for the next project. So the next project, I think, is going to be moving this stack out of here so I can get at the berm and get this stuff out in the field where I got lots more room and I can get around this corner easier here. So there it is, complete. Whole bunch of wood stacked weird. But what I got room now too is I can put another pallet down here and I can finish this off when I get some more wood. And so I got another spot to put wood. So that's it for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. It was fun. Got a good 8 hours of working today. I'm soaking wet. It never did rain, which was nice. The sun is going down right now, so it's pretty awesome. Got a whole good day in here. Now I can go do some editing for a few hours. So see you tomorrow. Between now and tomorrow, get outside, get cutting. Good night, Irene.